Okay, so this is for anyone who has been concerned about um, my mental state, my stability. Um, I guess this is like a good video journal that of me, of what's been going on. Um, it's pretty hard to describe what I'm going through unless you already gone through it or you have something similar. But I try really hard to convey how I feel um, through other activities. I try to get up and do something during out the day, and I simply can't. I feel like I can't do much anymore. Not because I feel like I'm weak or I'm not able to. It's just I'm not motivated. I'm not motivated to get up. I'm not happy when I wake up in the morning. I don't have that spark anymore. Pretty much everything that I had was kind of taken away from me and ripped out. And the person that I would talk to the most, especially when it concerned me having my issues, or when I felt down, or when I felt defeated, he's gone. And I think the hardest thing is to accept it. I didn't have time to prep for it. It just happened. And quite frankly, I hate everything right now. And I know it's not me, and I know it's not who I am, but at the time being, this is what I'm going through. I can't even go to work because I'm so miserable. I can't eat properly. I can't sleep properly. If it wasn't for John, I would have no clothes because he's been doing the laundry and cleaning, and I can't do anything right now because I just can't. For the first time in my life, I feel very defeated and very lost. When I'm in a group setting, I feel like I'm not there. I feel like I'm the ghost and everything's a blur and everything's in slow motion and I can't really understand or hear voices or people. I'm just in this weird zone. And there's times where I just wish I wouldn't get up because waking up to the pain is one of the hardest things to deal with. I'm weak. I can't even walk like 10 feet without hurting. It's probably because of my lack of nutrition and lack of sleep. I can't rest. I can't enjoy a day off. You know, when I'm out and about, when I do get a chance to go outside and interact with people, it's just all show. I'm not happy, but it's okay for me to not feel happy right now. My father passed away 3 months ago, and his anniversary month is coming up. It's going to be 4 months, and it's one of the hardest things to deal with because I don't understand how it happened, why do I have to go through this at such a young age. And I know there's people worse off than me who probably lost their parents or a loved one when they were younger, but I'm very emotional, and I finally felt like I was getting my stuff together. And I wanted my dad to be proud of me for, graduating college. And I wanted him to to see me go on that stage. And it just kills me, the fact that he won't be there physically. He won't be here to walk me down the aisle when I get married. He won't be here to see, if I decide to have children. I just felt like I didn't have enough time. I feel like there's so many things he still could have taught me. He was my biggest mentor, and he always challenged me. Anything that I wanted to do, he necessarily didn't agree with, but it helped me get to that goal because I wanted him to see that I could do it. And I think that's why he never agreed, because he wanted to push me in a way. Seeing your parent on a bed that's hopeless, that can't take care of themselves anymore, and that's pretty much like a vegetable, is one of the hardest things to deal with. And seeing them slowly deteriorate is the hardest thing to witness. And I never got that chance when I was at home to cry or to talk about it because I had to be there for my mom. I never once cried until the funeral. And even then, I held back a lot because I wanted to be strong for her. And I think now, with all that buildup, it's hitting me, and it's hitting me twice as hard. And I don't know how to get past it. I need lots of help. And I just feel alone, and people always tell me, oh, you'll feel better. You just gotta be around your friends, and you have to have a good support system, but I feel like nothing helps. I honestly shouldn't complain about my life. I have a good life. I have a steady job, somewhat steady job, and I'm doing stuff that I want to do, and I'm graduating, and I have I would think I would have a good amount of support down here with friends, and I have a good family back home, and I still have my mom. And I have John, who's, been there since day one, who I feel very guilty that I'm this way and I can't even be a partner anymore because I'm always so sad and so miserable. It's like, why am I crying? I don't know, maybe it could be a lot for selfish reasons, but either or, that was my dad. I was adopted, and he chose me, and he fought for me. And he wanted to make sure that I had the best life possible. That nothing bad would harm me. And I want to thank him for that. And it hurts so much to think that I can't see him anymore. I mean, he was just here like a couple months ago, like 5 months ago. I was able to talk to him on the phone. And now I can't do that. I can't. I'm very fortunate that I have wonderful memories of him and with him, and I have videos of him, and I can still hear his voice, and I have his voicemail still locked on my phone. And when I dream, he's in my dreams, and then I wake up thinking that he's still alive and that, I gotta call him, realizing, no, he's gone. It's like a constant reminder when I'm at work. In all honesty, when I'm at work, it's the hardest because you see families every single day. And I know that I will never have that again. It's a constant reminder, and it hurts so bad. And that sadness and that hurt turns to anger. And I don't want to be angry at anyone. It's not who I am. But right now, I'm one of the world's most angriest person. And again, I keep it all in me. I don't like talking to people about my problems. I'd rather have people think I'm okay than not okay. Because then it seems like I'm weak. And I can't stand on my own 2 feet. And I got hurt and very bad in my past. So I learned the best thing is to just put on a show, which is something I've been doing. Act like everything's okay. Hell, my dad passed away in February. I applied for a new job in March. I knew that as soon as I get back down here to Florida, I would get a new job. I needed to work. But I think my biggest issue with that is my best way to cope on things is to keep busy. But with this case, I need to be alone. I need to grieve. I need to get all that anger and frustration out. And there's no good way to grieve. There's no book that says, oh, you got to do this, A, B, and C, and you'll be okay. Wake up some days are better than others, but it's like, if it's a really bad day, it hits me hard. I can't get up. It's a sickness. I feel like a zombie. I don't want to exist at times. Because this honestly feels like I'm in hell. This pain, this amount of depression, I can't get anything right. And I think that's the most disappointing thing ever. Feeling you can't move on. Feeling useless. Feeling like you're just here. You have no purpose. And I know I shouldn't put my whole life on the shoulders of my dad, but it just shows how much he influenced me. You know, when with his funeral, so many people showed up and so many people had so many good things to say about him. And the funny thing is, he always thought people hated him because of his job and how he had to administrate and he had to deal with a lot of issues. But he did a lot of good. He was a fighter, and he always fought for other people, and he fought for the greater good, even though he seemed like a hard ass. Because deep down, he really cared. And that's all I want to do in life. And, you know, I'm stuck in my life right now where, yeah, I'm doing things that I want to do, but, I mean, it's not necessarily a good career with stability and to, you know, be financially stable, but I just want to do something for the greater good like my dad did. I want to make him proud. sometimes I just don't know where to go from here. I try to continue my life, but it's like you almost feel guilty for being happy. You know, I get upset when I start realizing I'm having a good time because it's like I shouldn't have a good time right now. I should still mourn and talk about what happened, and it's almost like I don't deserve to be happy right now. I don't. It's like one day you're with someone and then the next they're just completely gone. It's like how do you continue your life like that? How can you move forward when someone so important in your life is gone? And I know he wouldn't want me to be like this, and I know I feel like a train wreck. But I've always been this emotional. And, since my adulthood, I've gotten better at handling it. But I'm a very sensitive person. And I have a mental illness. Suffered severe depression growing up in my adolescent years. And as I got older, I learned to deal with it more. I used to take medication. I used to be on medication to help me get up in the morning. And it didn't work out, so I learned to deal with it on my own. And I've been fighting depression for almost 10 years now. And I was doing very good until now. It was like the icing on the cake when I lost my dad. It wasn't necessarily just because of that, but a lot of other things in my life factored, and it just built and built and built, and it just dragged me down. And I feel like I'm being pulled in all the way down to the ocean, and I'm suffocating, and it's like stinging on the bottom core of every inch of my body, and I just can't go. I can't do it anymore. It's like, what do you want from me now? I've tried everything. I don't know what else to go from here. I lost interest in all aspects of my hobbies. I don't paint anymore. I don't shoot pictures as much anymore. Ah, hell, I don't even know what my hobbies are anymore. Honestly, half the time I can't remember anything. Um, Nothing's appealing to me. I can't even go shopping. I used to shop all the time when I would have problems. I'd feel bad, I'd buy a t-shirt or something to make me feel good. I can't even do that anymore. Um, I just feel numb. I feel numb and I can't really do much. I met this person about 2 months ago, an older gentleman, and I didn't expect to meet him, but he is going through the similar situation that I'm going through. And, we talk on the phone or we go to a theme park and we just talk. And he is one of the few people that I think understands what I'm going through because he lost his wife and his daughter within a 2-month span. So he, in my eyes, had it worse than me, but I mean, you can't compare the two. Either or, it's still very devastating. And I'm not one to I was always afraid to talk to people at times. It's very weird. I'm very outgoing, but I'm really not. And when I met him and we were talking, it was during orientation, and I felt like I needed to talk to him more. And, I stayed and I waited until he got done, and I gave him my phone number. And ever since then, we're having a good friendship, I think. Um, a lot, not a lot, some individuals in my life think it's weird that I would give a 72-year-old person my number and hang out with him, but I think it's very healthy. It's kind of like from the movie The Holiday, kind of like that. I always have been, I guess, pulled. I don't know what the word is. I've been intrigued with older adults, and I think it's because my parents are older. My mom's 72. My dad passed away when he was 72. Um, so I feel like I can connect with them, and I don't know, maybe it's somewhat familiar for me to talk to him because it's kind of like talking to my dad. They do both have similarities. Um, we did have lunch the other day, and he did mention, that when he saw the picture of my dad, he said, "It looks like I'm looking at myself." And I never really realized it until he mentioned it, but they do look somewhat similar. And um, it's very rewarding to meet people like that. And I'm a true believer that people come in and out of your life for a reason. And I felt like he came into my life for a reason. It's kind of helping me cope. I'm also reading a book about how to grieve. It's not the title. It's basically a book that a doctor wrote stating her patients and young adults dealing with losing their parents. It somewhat helps me to read that other people out there are going through the same thing I am. But it still doesn't change how much I've been affected by it and how hurt I am. I just need help. And if there's anyone out there, I'm not asking for you to feel bad for me, to feel sorry for me, to sympathize for me. I need my friends. I need my family. I need good vibes. I'm desperate because as far as I can tell right now, I'm almost nearly being dead. I'm not saying I'm going to go out and kill myself because that's not the right thing to do, but I feel like because I hide, I'm a hermit crab, I'm in bed all day, most of my days, I might as well be dead because I'm not doing anything. I just simply need help. I just don't know what else to do. And it's so hard to describe how hard of a struggle I'm going through. Because I don't know how to describe or say the right thing for someone to understand. I just don't want to be looked at as this depressed person who walks in a room and just gets that bad vibe. It's hard for me to say hello to people now because that's just, what do I say? Hi, I'm depressed today. I don't want to be categorized as that. I just want to be me. And I just want my life back. So I'm asking for help because this is my last shot. I've hit rock bottom and I need help. I need help from you and everyone out there. Just, we sometimes forget that when we're at work or just wherever we go, we don't know how that person's actually feeling. We don't know if they're going through a hard time. And the simplest gestures can go a long way. And that's why I was always keen on doing good deeds. Not to get good karma, but you don't know what simple thing can make someone's day. And I need a kick. I need something to keep me going because as far as I can tell, I'm not making any progress. I feel like I'm going down south when I should be lifting up. I am getting somewhat of help right now, but there's nothing wrong with always asking for an extra hand. So I'm asking you and everyone else, please, please help me.